Usapan natin, apart from Japet, ano ba yung mga magandang ginawa ng Talking Tex as a team at ano yung maling ginawa ng Meralco kung ba't 6 na puntos lang yung score nila ng second quarter?
Well, overall team defense, napakagandang pinakita ng Talking Tex. And they were able to clock the lane. Hindi masyado nakapasok ang mga penetrators ng Meralco. Plus, in playing defense, they didn't give up those fouls. Bihirang-bihira nakapunta sa free throw line ang Meralco because of the way Talking Tex played intelligently. Ang kanilang depensa, very precise, very focused, and very precision. At yung malaking pagkukulang naman ng Meralco, and it's making the defense of Talking Tex look much better than it really is because kulang sa chemistry, kulang sa cohesion ang Meralco. They've got 7 new players in this lineup. Not only that, ang kanilang main scorers ay hindi pa nga nakakalaro. Sol Mercado not able to play. Si Mac Cardona started in this game but not able to finish the first half. As you take a look at our leading scorers right now, well, first of all, our halftime statistic in field goals, napakalaki ng advantage ng Talking Tex, 52% at limiting Meralco to only 31% shooting. But what about the discrepancy in free throws? 16 made and 4 only for Meralco. And for rebounding, malaki din ang advantage ng Talking Tex. Fast break points, can you believe 11-0 ang advantage ng Talking Tex? We all know that Talking Tex likes to run, but Meralco is also a run and gun team. And in the past Philippine Cup last season, #1 sa fast break points ang Meralco. But well, in this game, wala pa sila napapakitang fast break connections and points of turnovers. Malaki lang ang labang.
So malaking kawalan talaga itong si Chris Ross, Sol Mercado injured, dumagdag pa itong si Mac Cardona, and we saw other scorers, potential scorers from Meralco struggling like Mark Macapagal. Hindi siya makatulong ng gusto dito sa campaign ng Meralco in their first game here in the 37th season.
Well, I think work in progress for Meralco, for Coach Ryan Gregorio. Hindi lang po yung bagong team ang ginegel niya, kundi yung bagong orientation nila. He wants to make this and it's not happening in this game, at least not yet.
And speaking of pagbabago, may bagong bolts na pumasok dito to si Paundo, Brian Paundo, trying to help probably the cause here of Meralco sa kanilang paghabol. Marky nagmamadaling bumaba. Pero Timberlake iniestima, binigay kay Macapagal. Balik kay Paundo. Open looks, no? Minito at the basket, and yet Meralco still struggling early here in the third.
Ang feeling ko dito, Chiki, nagkakaroon ng hesitation kung sinong titira for Meralco. A lot of open opportunities in that sequence, but they're giving up the ball. They're moving the ball around a little bit too much. And I think that's because wala pa silang chemistry, no? Nagkakaamuyan pa sila rito. And it'll take some time for this team to gel.
Parang hindi alam kung sinong titira, but in that action there, Mark Macapagal hindi nag-hesitate. Hindi nga lang binuenas ang Meralco in that attempt. Castro getting a screen from Aguilar. Back to Aguilar against Paundo. Again, that jumper from Japet Aguilar.
Well, hindi mo na mapigil si Japet. So he's playing, for me, he's playing out of position. He's not playing like a center. He's playing more like a 3 forward or maybe even a 4 forward, moving around the wing area and finding his position to score.
Nakuha na yung rhythm na, no? Whether it be a jumper or attack to the basket. And Timberlake trying to get his own rhythm. Muli, hindi na naman nakascore itong Meralco.
And Japet Aguilar always look to be in a position to score. Yung isang malaking pagkukulang ni Japet, no? As we're saying that he is such a tremendous potential as a player, is in the rebounding department. And in that particular department, in the first half, he was actually out-rebounded by Harvey Carey at saka si Pamboy Raimundo, who's a guy. So it's something that Japet Aguilar needs to work on, but, well, siguro sabi ni Coach Chotres, okay lang. You don't get the rebound. Gumawa ka na ng puntos. That's what you're good at. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? Kina Miko at kina Dominic. Coach Chotres, such an intelligent coach, he is just going to the strength of Japet Aguilar. He's allowing him to freelance at the center position and find his spots so that he can score. And, you know, in the end, that's the bottom line. Who gets the points?
Pinakamaraming puntos si Aguilar, moving freely, as you mentioned, walang pressure. Si helps Talk and Text here. Paundo over Aguilar. Naiba ang tira dahil sa haba ng galamay. Larry Fonacier back to Harvey Carey. And again, the fast-paced game of Talk and Text playing good music together here in the third quarter. 53-30, 23-point lead for Talk and Text.
And what a start kanina, no, for Meralco. They had an early lead. Meralco had a 15-10 lead at one point in the first quarter. Tapos tumabla sila in the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter. But now it's just a wide open Talk and Text game. 23-point advantage.
Pagkatapos hindi na lumingon yung Talk and Text, marangkada na. Meralco trying to put the ball inside. Asti hitting it off the glass.
A little bit of a delay in the pick and roll, but Asti still getting the 2 points.
21 po ang kalamangan dito ng Talk and Text. 53-32, 9:20 to go. And Aguilar trying to shoot over. Asti unsuccessful in that attempt. Dali po na share call. Pushing foul laban dito kay Mark Macapagal. Bailout yun for Mark kasi parang na-off balance siya. Timberlake gets the screen from Espinas. Umihit si Gabi. Pero nasundutan doon ni Harvey Carey. But the foul goes to Larry Fonacier. Ika-apat na po ni Fonacier.
You know, interesting yung interview kanina ni Jessica with Japet Aguilar. Doon sinabi ni Japet meron siyang rookie jitters. At tama din yung sinabi ni Dominic at dito kanina. Hindi naman rookie po ito si Japet Aguilar. Naglaro yan ng one game for Burger King. But, well, that's if you want to be technical about it. But effectively speaking, parang ang rookie ito, no?
Kasi sandali lang siya naglaro, matagal siya nawala. And speaking of course naman ng Meralco, alam natin na injured kanina si Cardona. Alamin natin, makababalik pa siya dito sa game or hindi. Jessica?
Nako, Chicky, mukhang masakit talaga ang ankle sprain nitong si Mac Cardona. Magang-magabay ni Yelo at nakabalot ang kanyang ankle. At sabi ng PT na ipapa-x-ray na lang nila siguro mamaya para malaman kung may mga broken bones ba. Sana naman wala. Pero mukhang hindi na siya makapaglalaro ngayong laro na to. At natanong ko naman sa coach kanina kung ano yung kailangan nilang gawin para to better their game. Ang paalala nila ay bawasan ang mga foul to make their shots at i-shut down si Japet. Chicky?
Mabigat na assignment.
Marami yun, ha?
Oh, shut down Japet Aguilar.
That's a plateful.
But less the scoring leader, Mac Cardona. So, ikaw kanito, anong kailangan ng unahin doon? Find the scorer for them or shut down Japet Aguilar?
Well, I think it's important that you play with tough defense. Yan ang unang-una, no? And maybe with a good defense, your offense will flow.
And speaking of smooth offense, muntik na makascore doon si Harvey Carey, but good block there from Espinas. And Castro wisely giving up that foul para mahinto itong atake ng Meralco. Unang foul po yan ni Jason Castro.
By the way, dapat bagitin natin, no, several plays back, si Japet Aguilar nakakuha ng block against Asi Taulava. And that's a good sign for him to improve on his interior defense and make use of his presence as an intimidating factor. Yan ang importante. He's getting the rebound that time.
Nagpakilala na siya sa scoring, ano? But kanina, inside, ito rin ang kaya kong gawin, sabi ni Japet. Isolation play here for Castro, pero binigay kay Reyes! Tuloy pa rin itong pagpuntos ng Talk and Text. 58-34. Ang laking kalamangan na, 24 na po. Ang lamang dito ng Talk and Text. Ayaw ni Coach Ryan to. Magbabalik po ang PPA on Active. Usapang football naman po tayo. Oo, bukas. Bukas na magbubukas ang landas patungo sa UFL. Ang UFL Cup. Live po yan mula sa Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. October 8, alas 2 po ng hapon. Dito lang sa Active on IBC. Goal natin to. Now, kung naman sa mga fans ng football, mahilig ka ba sa football? At gusto mo bang mapanood at marinig ang inyong opinion sa TV? Mag-audition na sa Lunes at Martes, 1 hanggang alas 5 ng hapon sa address na nasa inyong television ngayon. Baka kayo nang makakasama namin sa UFL coverage dito sa Active on IBC. Muli, goal natin to! Balik po tayo dito sa action. Espinas, pumihit, tumira. Hindi pa rin makapusto. Pero may buenas ng konti dyan. Ang Meralco. Useful foul. So the Bolts will get another crack at the basket here. 58-34, 24 ang lamang ng Talking Tex. A little over 7 minutes to go here in the third.
3 seconds!
Espinas! Magandang pagkakataon na nakakascore sila inside the paint.
And it took a power move by Gabby Espinas. No over Japet Aguilar.
Pero ang kontra naman sa kabila. 2 points ka dyan. 3 points ako, sabi ni Ryan Reyes. At umangat na sa 25 kalamangan ng Talking Tex.
Oh, nice. Ball fake coming from Timberlake.
Siguro sabi ni
Go the line.
Timberlake dito may wala nang ibang pupuntos.
Kailangan na.
Makatulong nga dito sa Bolts.
Ito, that time, na-fake niya. Hindi lang si Castro, si Reyes din.
Bolts.
But that was a personal move on the part of Timberlake's offensive prowess. No? Ang importante dito is that they get the ball moving. That they get the players to trust in each other. And that's a mark of cohesion.
Individual talent na yung yung nangingibabaw ngayon. They're trying to score or help individually. Pero as a team, gaya ng nasabi nyo, Kinito, hindi pa nila napapakita yung smooth passing, smooth transition nila in offense.
At hindi nagpapabaya si Coach Ot Reyes. So I think he's showing mercilessness here because Mark Bacpagal, for instance, ang tumatawa sa kanya dito si Aaron Aban, who's one of his best defensive guards. He wants to make sure that the scorers ng Meralco will not catch fire.
Hindi niya pinapag-init no?
Oo.
Ayaw niyang makakuha ng magandang rhythm itong mga player tulad ni Macapagal. And ito naman si Coach Ryan, patuloy na sinusubukan yung iba't ibang balasa na pwede niyang gawin para sa koponan niya.
Full court press.
Japet Aguilar taking it strong against Asi Taulava. Wala nang takot itong batang ito.
Sabi siguro ni Japet Aguilar, so what if I don't play with my back to the basket?
I can play strong
Look at my points.
facing the basket.
Palagay kayo na sinasabi niya. And his athleticism is certainly showing up dito. Nakaka-22 points na siya. And more to come from Japet Aguilar. Maganda kanyang stroke, ha? From the free throw line. Nice wrist action.
Isang bagay na dinagdag ni Japet sa kanyang laro. Bolts trying to score in this possession. Pasa sa loob na, bitawan yung balon. And muli, another turnover here for the Bolts. Balik ang bola dito sa Talking Tex. Bolts applying a full court press and sinubukang umagod yung balon. Pero mabilis na sumubok tumawag ng timeout kung si Aban, yun nga lang kinapos siya. Nahuling umapak, balik mo ang bola dito sa Meralco.
Tama yung tawag ng referee. No? You cannot call a timeout when you're already falling out of bounds.
Macapagal, umatake. Trying to set up Asi Taulava. Too many steps there for the big guy ng Meralco.
And that interior defense at Talking Tex, nandun, nakaabang eh. Alam nila papasahan si Asi Taulava, and they wanted to make sure that there would be no clear shot para kay Asi, forcing him to a turnover.
Kinuyog nila dun si Asi.
Oh, again, yung depensa ng Talking Tex, ha?
At kung titingnan mo, hindi naman ganun kalalapat din itong lima ni Coach John. It's really team defense para dito sa Talking Tex, making it difficult for people like Asi to score inside. Castro, sinusubukan kumawala. A steal by Meralco. Binigay kay Asi. Playing as their point guard. Strong to the hoop. 50 pa rin. Immediately Talking Tex sa kabila naman. Aban. 50 sa kabila.
Ito, takbuhan na on both ends.
Omolon to Espinas. Nanggigigil na, no? Inito itong Meralco, no? lumiliit ng lumiliit yung Ring United, trying to score in every possession. Ayaw lang mag-sway sa kanilang Lady Luck.
Pero ito yung sinasabi natin, no? If you play tough defense, opportunities will come in offense. Nakita natin, yung pagkadapensa ng Meralco, giving an opportunity to score in transition. At ngayon, si Gabby Espinas nasa free throw line.
(63 to 42, 21 pa rin ho ang kalamangan ng Talking Text. Malaki-laki po yan kanina, 25. A little over 5 minutes to go here in the third. A lot of time para sa Meralco para makahabol.
Si Espinas, mga kaibigan, is showing the way offensively para sa Meralco. Now with 13 points, 5 out of 6 from the line.
At nagpalit po ang mga gwardiya dito for both squads. Raimundo back in for Talking Text and Laniete. Back for Meralco. Dillinger on the side. Raimundo secures that rebound against Laniete. Natapik. Harry tries. Hindi pa rin pumasok. And makapagal. Dahan-dahan lang. Laniete signaling the play from Meralco. Makapagal, open for 3! Hindi pa rin makashoot.
Yan ang masakit sa Meralco, no? Meron na silang mga pagkakataon with good looks at the basket, yet they're not able to connect.
And speaking of connection, Jared Dillinger not wasting time connecting on that left layup. Ayan, makikita natin si Robbie Puno together with MVP enjoying the action here at Liñares Center ng Dipolo. Omolon, sinubok. Linlangin itong si Aban, nakakuha ng foul. And he will go to the line to shoot for 2. So Kinito, third quarter, hindi pa rin talaga maganda pinapakita dito ng Meralco. May shades of brilliance, but still, the consistency. Ano pa ba ang pwedeng ugutin ni Coach Ryan from his ball?
Well, hirap kasi dito si Coach Ryan Gregorio because he now has to rely on his newcomers. Marami nang nawawala sa kanya in terms of his veteran, si Mac Cardona, not able to rely on him. So, eto, he's playing a full court press, hoping to be able to get some turnovers. Ito sinasabi natin how defense will fuel a possible comeback ng Meralco.
Tingnan natin dito, 5 seconds to shoot for Talking Text. Good defense so far for Meralco. Pero na-foul doon si Pamboy Raimundo.
Ito natin, no, pinagsasabay si Coach Scott Reyes, si Pamboy at saka si Jason Castro the same way that pinagsasabay niya dati si Alapag at saka si Castro. So he's very, very confident in making sure that that backcourt always has 2 ball carriers just in case anyone is pressured. Meron pang isang pwede magdala ng bola. He's got 2 point guards playing at the same time.
And so far, magandang pinapakita nitong dalawang ito yung kanilang kombinasyon. Castro for 3! Tabingi yung tira, pero the smallest guy on the court, Pamboy gets that ball. And Dillinger open 3 again. Pinalas doon ang Talking Text. Balik ng bola dito sa Meralco. Good pass there from Laniete, connecting to Gabby Espinas.
No looker from Chico Lanete. Kitang-kita niya si Gabby Espinas. Bukas na bukas ang depensa doon ng Talking Text. You know, and this is what Talking Text must be careful of. No? Baka maging complacent sila sa napakalaking kalamangan nila. So Meralco is a team that is capable of making a comeback.
And siguro Kinito, nothing to lose ngayon ng Meralco. Wala na yung mga leading scorers mo. Kalaban mo, yung defending champs. So I'm sure baka ginagamit din siguro ni Coach Ryan na pang pagana yan sa mga player niya. Castro getting the rebound. Pwede to Raimundo to Aban. Open jumper! 23 ang kalamangan dito ng Talking Text, 69 to 46. At ayaw makita ni Coach Ryan na mamaga ulit itong kalamangan. Kanina 25 yung pinakamalaki. 2:30 to go. What could be the other options dito, Kinito, ng Meralco para lang maganda yung pasok nila sa fourth quarter maya-maya.
Well, marami na silang ina-attempt dito, no? But before that, let's take a look at how they've done on a head-to-head basis. 3 beses sila naglaro last season, 3 beses po tinalo ng Talking Tex ng Meralco. But yung kalamagan ng Talking Tex over Meralco has been diminishing from 8 to 3 and to 2.
Pero ngayon, 23 na ang kalamangan. Tingnan natin, makakahabol ba ang Meralco sa pagbabalik po ng PBA on Active? Balik po tayo dito sa Iñare Center in Antipolo. Naglalaban po dito ang Meralco at ang Talking Tex. And 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Lamang po ng 23 ang Talking Tex, 69-46. At kanina po namin pinag-uusapan, wala po si Mac Cardona na injured nung first quarter. Wala rin po si Chris Ross dahil injured po siya. Wala rin po si Sol Mercado. Talaga nga namang lahat ng pwedeng hugutin ni Coach Ryan, nahugot na niya, nabalasan na niya. But still, a lot of time here in this game, Kinito, pwede pang humabol itong Meralco.
Well, Coach Ryan Gregorio is really going to whatever aces are left under his sleeve. Kanina, double team sila sa ball carrier on the full court press. Nagtatrap sila. Hoping to get some turnovers. But let's see what adjustments they can make. By the way, Chiki, nag-text sa akin si Ranidel de Ocampo na mukha yatang narinig tayo.
Textmate
Sa
pala
atin
kayo.
pagbati, sabi niya, I'm watching, salamat sa pagbati. Rest ako 3 weeks before
Wow.
mag-start training. God bless.
3 weeks.
3 weeks pa ang kanyang rest. So,
Mahirap ang ang nose surgery,
si
no?
Kelly Williams at saka si Jimmy Alapag, 2 weeks ang kanilang pahinga. So, depleted lineup ang ginagamit dito ni Coach Chotres. But it doesn't look it the way they're playing. Si Japet Aguilar has played a sterling game so far. 23 points para kay Japet.
Ang maganda nun ganito siguro tingnan pagbalik ng tatlo, how will it change the game of Japet? Kasi so far, dito sa larong ito, siya ang binibigyan ng bola, siya ang sineset up. But when the 3 main guys come back, will it change the role of Japet Aguilar?
I don't think so. I think Coach Chotres is a coach who knows and recognizes the talents of the individual players. At ito nga, no? Para nakikita ko dito, binibigyan niya ng pagkakataon nabigyan niya ng pagkakataon si Japet Aguilar to show what he can do offensively. Bagamat 5 position na nilalaro niya, he's not playing the traditional 5. He's playing a freelance 5 which exploits his athleticism and his ability to score from the outside and his ability to put the ball on the floor and going strong to the hoop.
So Japet Aguilar giving a good account of his first game so far. 3 quarter pa lang ang kanyang nilalaro pero maganda na ang pinakikita. Dito naman sa side ng Meralco, ang kanilang mga rookies na si Jason Ballesteros at si Gilbert Bulawan trying to make a name also for themselves. Pero hirap pa sila. Pati ang buong koponan dito ng Meralco. At yung mga ganong mintis ni Espinas on the line, hindi makatutulong sa paghabol ng Meralco. They're down by 22. 1:55 to go here in the third.
Well, mahirap itong position ng Meralco. No? Your top 2 scorers are not able to play. Sol Mercado, si Mac Cardona, and otherwise, you would have players wanting to pick up the cudgels, no? Parang to fill in the vacuum, so to speak. Pero palagay ko yung mga plays ng Meralco, very, very difficult, no? For anyone to just pick up the cudgels at ganun-ganun lamang.
Parang ang laki nung papasanin nila eh. Pag i-fill up mo yung shoes tulad ng Cardona, ng Mercado, or even yung pagtitimon nitong si Chris Ross, it's a difficult task for the rest of the coach. The same way na hirap silang bumalik dito sa 21-point lead na kailangan nilang habulin.
O, sabihin din natin, wala si Reynald Hugnatan, hindi na nakakalaro.
So everything natin to play dito sa Meralco habang dito naman sa Talking Tex. Kung sino-sino naman pumupuntos, 23 big points na po ang kalamangan ng Chopang Texter, 72-49. A little over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Laniete for a jumper! Baka ito na ang hinahanap nilang spark plug.
Yung magandang set play na ginawa ng Meralco for Laneda the shooter to come off the pick and score. playing a zone defense in Meralco.
Pinahihirapan.
Nag-aalang ang Talking Text because of that new zone.
Castro, second serving, Kupalbal! Third! Nakapipit ng foul.
Yun ang masakit. Magandang pinakitang depensa ng Meralco, pero nakakuha ng offensive rebound ng dalawang beses ng Talking Text. They get a chance to score from the free throw line.
At yung nakakuha pa ng rebound, yung tumira. He attempted, itong si Castro, shot clock down. Nakuha niya ulit. Castro Palpal, nakuha niya ulit. Nakakuha naman siya ng foul doon. At ngayon, unang free throw ni Castro, 73-51. Angat ulit sa 22 ang kalamangan ng Talking Text. Good numbers here for Castro, 8 points and 5 assists. Nakazona na rito ang Talking Text. Lagi at attacking the basket. Maganda yung unang depensa ng mga gwardiya ni Raimundo and Castro. But Castro clipped the arm of Laniete there.
Yun ang aggressiveness na hinahanap natin sa Meralco nung second quarter.
Ito yung wala, no?
Yes.
Noong first half, no? Kung kaya't nakaiwan ng malaking Talking Text.
Quarter when ang na-score lang ng Meralco in the entire second quarter was 6 points.
Yun yung turning point, no, Kinito? 6 points. And prior to that, 1 point lang sila 9 minutes into the third quarter bago sila nakapuntos after that.
Okay, kanina pinag-usapan natin yung ating Dean's List, no? Yung sa Meralco, sinabi natin that they have to do a much better job controlling the boards with Asi Taulava, with Jason Ballesteros. Well, that's not happening. Talking Text, 39-31 advantage sa rebounding. At sa Talking Text naman, isa sa mga pinag-usapan natin, yung equal distribution, everybody happy type of offense. In other words, talk up the assist, increase your field goal percentage at the counter. Nice 52 shot. Well, in terms of assists, 17 assists ang Talking Text, only 12 for Meralco.
At patuloy pa rin po dito ang atake ng Talking Text, 75-52, 23 na po ang kalamangan. Ito, ang kanilang mga atake. Reyes there for a 3 at the corner. At hindi lang po yan, marami pa mong pinakita. Aguilar, very relaxed in his game back here in the PBA. Open jumpers here for the Chopang Texters. At dahil po niyan, napakalaking kalamangan. 75-52 in a few minutes. Mag-umpisa po ang fourth quarter.